So today is going to be my full face using only food items, and this is such a weird challenge to me because, you know, it might actually occur at some point. What if you couldn't afford makeup, and what if like you just wanted to go all natural with your makeup? So this is actually sort of a real life experiment that we're trying today. And it's kind of weird, but we'll see how it works. So I'll just be going through all of the steps. I'm going to be going all out, you guys, so you have really something to watch here. I'm going to be going all out with eyeshadow, with eyeliner, brows, contouring. We're going to do the whole shebang, and I'm going to take you along for the ride. So stay tuned for that. So the first thing we're going to be doing is moisturizing the face, and I had really no hard time finding a moisturizer in my kitchen, because I know that olive oil is very good for moisturizing. So we're going to be using that as a moisturizer, and I've just poured into this little cup for convenience. Let's see how that works. I'm afraid that I'm going to be an oily mess by the end of this, and also that the products really won't sort of correlate well with the olive oil, but we're going to need to moisturize. So we're seeing how that works. It does feel very moisturizing putting that on your face actually. My face doesn't feel dry anymore. So that's actually a good first step. And I'm also going over my lips just to moisturize them and prep them for what we're going to be doing to them later. So when we're using food, there's really not any primer, because primer is just not a thing in the kitchen. So we're just going to be skipping that step altogether, because what the hell would I use? I don't know about that. But what we're going to be doing first is blushing, I thought, because this is a cream product, and I don't think that it's going to be very good if I put a cream on top of these odd powders that I'm going to be using. So we're going to be using this black currant sort of marmalade jam kind of thing. It's just going to be, I don't know how that's going to be, but let's try. I'm going to be applying it with this beauty blender here, and we're going to see how that works. Oh god, I don't want to do this. It's going to be horrible. Let's see. So I'm just going to be dabbing that into my skin and hopefully staining my cheeks just a little bit in the process. Do you see anything? Do I need more? I guess I need more. I was really hoping that this was going to stain more. It doesn't even show up that much. A little bit perhaps. I feel like what I'm going to be battling throughout this challenge is the lack of pigmentation and everything. Because it's food, not pigment. So yeah, it's gonna be horrible. I'm gonna look a mess by the end of this, I can already tell. So, we are blushed up to perfection. Let's move on. The next step I'm going to be doing is doing my foundation, and I had a really hard time picking out the ingredients for this because I really didn't know what would actually show up on my face. But I chose cornstarch and then some cocoa powder. And the reason why I used cocoa powder to kind of darken the foundation was because Too Faced actually has a bronzer that's called the cocoa bronzer. So I thought, yeah, that might be viable. That might work, right? And also then for sort of making it a little bit more yellow tone as my skin is, I used turmeric. So we're going to be seeing how these three ingredients work. I've already pre-mixed a batch here, so I thought that was going to be my color. So we're going to be going in with this and seeing how that works. Going to be praying for the gods on this one. Oh, that's yellow. Shit, that's yellow. Okay, so obviously I didn't really mix this that well. But I will say that it's very mattifying. It doesn't really cover anything though. So one of my immediate thoughts is that this is so blotchy. It's not going on evenly at all. So it's like sitting in these chunks and like spots on my cheeks. So I guess we're just going to be blending some more and seeing how we can kind of make this work anyways. I really want this to be a good look, you guys. I really want this to work, but like, wouldn't it be really great if you could just use only food products and have that be your makeup? That would be so much more healthy for your skin than all of these synthetic cosmetics, I feel. I keep putting on more in hopes that I'll get more coverage, but it's not really happening. But it did get mattified, so that's a good thing. yeah, that's all I'm getting from that. Next product I'm going to be putting on my face is the cocoa bronzer that I made. And I made this from just regular old cacao powder, and then also some cornstarch just to lighten it a little bit, not to have it to be too heavy. But right now I'm thinking that I should just have gone in with the cocoa powder because there's no pigment in these things. But we're going to be seeing how my mixture here works. Actually, this is a beautiful tone. If it goes on the skin like this, I'm not going to be unhappy with that at all. So I'm just going to be using this big powder brush to see how that works. I'm so scared, you guys. I'm really tapping this off because like there's going to be so much pigment, I feel. That's pretty. Actually, that's very pretty. I like that a lot. That really bronzed me up. I like that. Ooh, that's the first good shade I've actually done. This is great. Okay, there is a spot right here that I really kind of dislike, but for it being cocoa powder, I'm not really disappointed in that at all. I thought that the cheek stain was going to be the best product, but I like this way better. Of course it is looking a little bit blotchy. I mean, it's cocoa powder, not makeup for God's sakes, but I mean, it's not that bad. But I'm finding that I have to put a lot on in order for it to actually show up on my skin. So that could be a con, but still, this is not looking half bad. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you like this type of cocoa bronzer and how you think that looks on me. I don't think it's half bad. So the next step will be to contour, I guess, or try to. I'm going to be using the same sort of bronzer powder just to contour, and obviously there's the same things in that I showed you before, so pray for me because this is going to be a disaster, I feel. Is that showing up at all? A little bit. See, this is a lot warmer of a contour that I would normally go for. But I don't know, yeah. Yeah, this is a lot warmer tone, but surprisingly in a kitchen you don't have like sort of cool tone powders. They really don't exist. So you kind of have to work with what you got. But I feel like, you know, for it being food items, I don't think that this contour is really bad. So that actually snatched my nose pretty well. So we're going to be contouring the cheeks too, and I almost don't want to do this because I'm feeling that I'll ruin my makeup by doing this. But I mean, what's there to ruin? It's already ugly, right? I see a contour. I have one comment that all of these powders, obviously they're so powdery. I'm happy that I went in with that oil first, and actually that didn't make too much of a cake on my face. That's funny, a cake. Yeah, we're literally baking a cake on my face right now. So now we're done with contouring. Let's move on to the next step, which is eyeshadow. When it comes to priming your eyelids, you really don't have any primer, so I don't know what I'm going to be using. I guess I'm just going to be using nothing and let that olive oil be my primer, as it was with my face, right? So I'm going to be using a transition shade, and the transition shade that I'm going to be using is this bronzer again. I'm going to be seeing how that works on the lids. Normally I don't even wear eyeshadow, but for the sake of this video, I think this is really fun. Actually, that's not bad. Look at how even that is. I didn't even have to blend it a lot, and it didn't require a lot of work. I'm going to be doing the same thing with the other eye, obviously. Let me tell you, if I had nothing else, I would totally be using this. I don't know like about the longevity of it. I feel like I almost want to put a little bit underneath my eyes too. Just to sort of smoke that out as well. I'm going to be using this tapered brush here to put a little bit underneath my eye. I was like considering what kind of concealer that I would be using, but then I thought I'm not really getting any pigment from any of these shadows, so how would I use concealer? I don't know how that would take place at all. Alright, that didn't do a lot. So the next shadow I'm going to be going in with, and I'm just going to be using the same brush because I kind of want to like merge the colors together. I've mixed these three colors here. One being paprika, one being the turmeric, and one being the pure cocoa powder. So I think I'm going to be mixing the paprika and the turmeric sort of create this orangey haze. God help me, if this stings, I'm going to freak out. So right off the bat, there's a lot of fallout. A lot of fallout, obviously. But it's actually coloring my lids decently. It's kind of uneven though. I like the cocoa powder better. But we're going to be going in with that afterwards, so I think this is not going to be half bad. Okay, to smoke my lids up even further, I'm going to be going in with the pure cocoa powder here in the crease of my eyes. I was really surprised over how that was working as a bronzer, so I'm just going to be going out to the outer corner like this. So I guess my eyeshadow is done. I don't think that I can do any better than this, and I don't know what sort of light shade that I would be putting here, because there's really not anything that would like kind of show up on my face, I feel. So I think we're just gonna be leaving it like this, which is not too bad. I'm not too mad at it actually. It just looks like a 3-year-old did your makeup. That's what it looks like. It looks like a 3-year-old did your makeup. So for my brows, I was so conflicted as to what I should do, because I really didn't know what I was supposed to put on there. But I found this in the back of my cabinet. I found this food coloring, which is sort of used to darken like sauces and stuff. So I thought that that would be perfect as a brow color. So we're going to be going in with that. This feels so sticky, you guys. I'm afraid that this is going to be so patchy. That is freaking intense. Shit, that's intense. I almost want to go in with that cocoa powder again. It looks like 2 big caterpillars. Okay, I'm not going to be going in with more than this because this is far sufficient. Oh, that set so fast. This is seriously like a stain now. That is so like stiff. Okay, so now that I got these huge Shanae brows, we are going to be going on to eyeliner. And I feel like I'll be using the same liquid because that was so intense, and you know, you want intensity in your eyeliner, so we're gonna be seeing how that will work. Just gonna be using the same brush for eyeliner. So it's a little patchy, I will say that, but overall it works. It's not that bad. I mean, it just looks like a slightly horrible eyeliner, but still, it's not looking that bad at all. I'm just going to be connecting it downward too. See, it's a problem when it starts getting dry, because then it's really hard to work with. But if you work with it once it's sort of liquidy still, it's not that bad. Okay, so I think that's as good as we're going to be doing today. So now that this eyeliner is on and really patchy and ugly, I'm going to be going in with some mascara, and I feel like the best option would be just still to be using this food coloring thing, because it's the only liquid I really got. So, and I don't even have like a real mascara wand, so I'm just going to be using this brush again to sort of comb them upwards. Yeah, it's pretty horrible. My brows are just so stiff right now. They're so stiff I can hardly even move them, and I feel like I look like Amy Winehouse with this liner. This is over the top. But we're going to be moving on. Actually, I think I want just a little bit more of that cocoa powder in my crease just to intensify it. It's apparently turning into a nighttime look with this intensity here. So why not just go all over the top and have this be a total party look? I don't know that I'm saying that you should go out to a party with a lot of food on your face. I don't know that you're going to be successful having any type of social encounter after having just put like a million layers of food on your face, but who knows, in the dark everything can happen, right? So we're done with the eyes. So the final thing that we're going to be doing is sort of creating a lip color, and I do feel like I want to mix this brown with the red, because vampy shades are all the rage right now, and I want really stiff lips. So let's see how that baby works. If I just mix some of this food coloring with some of this jam and put that on my lips. Yeah, that looks freaking horrible, and it tastes like crap. That is freaking disgusting, you guys. I don't know that this is really sitting on my lips really well. I don't know if I should blot or what the hell I should do, because this is not really sinking into my lips, and it's not going on evenly at all. Oh no. This is going all over the place. Okay, wait a second. I'm going to blot this lip. Did you see that? That is the definition of ugly. That is freaking hideous. Oh, and dry and oh, stiff. And on my teeth and everything. This is horrible, you guys. Okay, I'm going to be taking this off and trying something else. This is not working. So at this point, I feel like just going in with that food coloring and just have it be a really vampy color. So we're gonna be seeing how that works. I've just put a little bit on my brush, just the tiniest amount, not a lot at all. Just trying to see if I can build up an even layer of this food coloring on my lips. Still not pretty. It's kind of weird that on my upper lip it's going on all differently than my lower lip, which is really weird. So this, right off the bat, this is so blotchy. Look at that. That is like probably the blotchiest lip color that I have ever worn on my lips. Not that I wear a lot of lip colors, but it's so blotchy and dry. So you guys have found out that this lip color is totally buildable. So I just decided to go for it and just put on layer after layer after layer. And then I achieved this result here, which I thought was very cool actually, but it's so disgusting I can't even talk because it's getting into my mouth and it tastes like crap. And my lips, they're just so stiff. So I don't know how to even talk with this. But this is the finished result. Let me know what you think. Sorry, I can't even talk right now, like saliva is building up inside my mouth because this is so disgusting. But thank you for watching, and do you see what I do for you guys? Seriously, this is so disgusting. You should not talk with this in your mouth. So see you in my next video. Bye bye.